You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast. And this is show number 590, the Sunday, the 5th of April, 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and happy Easter.
It's the day where we can celebrate a religious festival, but a celebration of all things reborn, fresh starts, and chocolate.
Yeah, I think if we're all being truthful, I think the chocolate might take the priority.
I have bought some chocolate to celebrate. I have bought some little Easter eggs, and I am praying for beautiful weather so that I can do a little Easter egg hunt with my little gorgeous grandson. So that's going to be super exciting. And then maybe a little tinge of Disneyness coming in for him.
Oh, that'd be nice. Whereas I've just got back from doing my grocery shop, and on my little grocery app that for loyalty, they were giving me away a free bag of little mini eggs. So I stood there and made sure I bought the most expensive free packet of mini eggs that I could. So I got some Kinder eggs, and that's what I've got for Easter.
You see, it's all about value. And that is something that sums up our podcast. Our ethos is to ensure that you guys have the most amazing trips, and also us, because we're no experts. We make mistakes. For heaven's sake, I did 3 weeks in a Disney Deluxe and paid for the dining package. Yeah, making sure we get the most for our money. And although that's not going to be coming up in our show topics this week, I think it's a reoccurring thread throughout everything we do, Jayne.
Yeah, and as you're a Yorkshire lass, and I've got a bit of Yorkshire in me from many, many moons ago, I think it's incumbent upon us to keep that ethos going forward.
Yeah, we are frugal, but also at the same time, we'll book a Disney trip knowing that it's an expensive investment.
Careful with our money, Shell. Careful, that's what it is.
Careful with our money so we can enable our Disney trips.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to the week ahead because Kat and Lewis from Dis Down Under will be meeting up with me. So I'm very excited, and I'm sure we will have some Disney chat. We will have theme park chat, cruise chat, and then maybe enabling of each other to possibly look into more future combined Disney trips. So we shall see. And fingers crossed that Jayne and Simon will be in the mix as well. And we should all be together.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice for change. Lots of people together.
Yeah, and of course there will be a microphone involved at some point.
Inevitable.
Of course, people who love talking all together in one room. Of course, there's going to be some content for our wonderful listeners.
Well, yeah, we can create content for our listeners, and Kat and Lewis get content for their listeners. Everybody wins.
It is indeed. So if you have any questions, why not get in touch? info@disneydreamgirls.com. Ask us any question to pose to Kat and Lewis. And bear in mind, Kat and Lewis have visited every single Disney theme park. So they have got a wealth of knowledge, and they've been on a whole splattering of different Disney Cruise Line ships as well.
Yes, lots of brains to pick there.
Yeah. I also want to mention, as of recording today, we are recording a little bit earlier on Good Friday. It is our wonderful, lovely friend's birthday. And I just want to say a big, big happy birthday to our lovely friend, Catherine Hall-Wong. Happy birthday to you, my lovely. I hope you had a wonderful day on Friday.
Yeah, many happy returns.
So, on this day in Disney history, we have a birth. And I feel I have something in common with this actress.
Okay.
Actress Bette Davis, who was born as Ruth Elizabeth Bette Davis in Lowell, Massachusetts, was born on this day, 1908. She had a movie career spanning 60 years, 100 acting credits.
Wow.
How do we know her? Well, for me, she played the super spooky Mrs. Aylward in Watcher from the Woods, that 1980 live-action film that scared the bejeebus out of me when I saw it in the cinema. And it was Disney's dabble into the supernatural horror film genre as well.
Yeah, she often played quite spooky sort of characters, didn't she?
Yeah. And what a career. What an amazing woman.
Yeah, 60 years. Wow.
I know. I also want to give a big shout out to our fellow lovely Canadians because on this day in 1938, Disney's first full length feature animation, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, was released there.
Oh, you can't not mention that then, can you, Shell? We've got friends in
Of
Canada
course.
and it's your fave, so yeah, got to be mentioned.
Yeah. Now I'm heading to 1956 and basically a bathroom was opened.
Pardon?
In Disneyland, the Bathroom of the Future, which was later known as the Bathroom of Tomorrow, was presented by the Crane Company and opened in Tomorrowland. Do you know anything about this?
I know nothing about this, Michelle. Do you?
I do actually.
Oh, go on.
I obviously did not get to go and visit because it was only open from 1956 to 1960, but it was a walk-through exhibit sponsored by a plumbing company, Crane Plumbing, and it was to showcase futuristic, luxurious home restrooms. And some of the features that were installed might seem fairly familiar, such as a citrus yellow fixture, gold-plated bidet and bathtub, built-in workout dumbbells, which obviously would be handy for you and Simon.
Oh, the mind
Yeah,
boggles.
and it showcased advanced water technology. And it just sounds really fun. I'm wondering if any of our older Disney listeners here have been into that. You know, I just wonder. It sounds a lot of fun and fits into the House of Tomorrow and all of the futuristic visions that they had in Tomorrowland.
It does, but you know, when people moan about things that Disney are not doing in the current era, maybe they ought to take a step back in time, and then maybe they wouldn't moan so much.
Yeah. And then this is one for you, the last one for this week on this
Mm.
day in Disney history. 1998, the Enchanted Tiki Room, under new management, a modified version of Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room, opened at the Magic Kingdom in Disney World. The attraction
Ah,
originally opened as Walt Disney's Tropical Serenade on opening day, and this new version featured Iago and Zazu from Aladdin and Lion King retrospectively.
of course it did. Yes, this means I've actually seen. Is it three incarnations? Because then there was the original, then there was this version, and then they kind of reverted it back again, didn't they?
Absolutely.
So I've seen all three. Ha!
Yay! So that's basically it for the world of Disney news. So let's hop on over and celebrate a fantastic Disney Imagineer.
Okay, who we got this week?
Pam Rank, Principal Show Lighting Designer.
Oh,
So she began with a career in theatre lighting design and she was also a professor. She found her new home in Imagineering where she designed lighting for attractions, shops, restaurants, exterior and landscaping. So during her years at WDI, she oversaw installation of projects at Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Tokyo Disney Sea and Hong Kong Disneyland.
mm.
When asked what her favourite project she worked on, she replied, of course, it has to be Tokyo Disney Sea because she was able to design lighting for a whole land and it gave her the experience of living abroad because you can't really commute to Tokyo from the USA.
No, slightly tricky, yeah.
Thank you for the wonder that you have brought into our parks.
Mm.
Jane, we have a little bit of smattering of news, and I gather you've got some talk about some legends.
Yeah, so with the announcement of D23, the event that's happening in August this year over at Anaheim, they've announced the D23 Legends for this year. This will be hosted on the Sunday, the August 16th. Ryan Seacrest will be the host, and then we have the list now of who the honorees are going to be. So I will go through in the order that they've presented them on the D23 website. So we have Chris Berman, not a name I'm familiar with. I did a very quick Google. Apparently he's a long-time sports broadcaster. Obviously this is American and not really known, I don't think, to you and I, Michelle. We have Jerry Bruckheimer,
I've heard of him.
big film producer, lots and lots of different movies.
Massive.
Yeah,
Back to the Future.
all sorts, all sorts.
Hmm.
Big spectacles, Pirates of the Caribbean, that type of thing. Susan Egan, we know
I'm
as the Brothers.
surprised
Why?
because I thought she'd already had it. You know, such a big name.
Yeah. I know she's a godmother of one of the ships, isn't she, as well? So perhaps that may be why you think she's been one. But yeah, funny, isn't it? Sometimes you get names you think, oh, why are they not already? Next up is Eric Goldberg. So he's animation, also does a bit of voice work as well as work for both Disney and Warner Brothers, from what I can gather. Hercules and things like that, you know. So little ones, Fantasia 2000. Dinosaur.
Nice award after working with the company for such a long time and retiring, and it's lovely to see that he's got this accolade.
Absolutely. We then have actress Anne Hathaway. We have a very famous name from Imagineering. We have Kim Irvine. So anybody that follows any of the recent Imagineering stories that you've seen, you'll know Kim Irvine's name. We then have Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Calm down, Michelle. Jonas Brothers are next. Oh,
yeah.
I remember watching the Jonas Brothers with Molly in Camp Rock.
Only time I've come across the Jonas Brothers is that the fact that they did the songs for Celebrate Happy for the Disneyland 70th. So I didn't really sort of watch all of the back things. And there are quite a few sort of musical talents that could have got a accolade, but I gather that Disney have a wide range of titles and they don't want too many people that are doing the same thing in each area. So I guess it was their turn.
Yeah, they've kind of made a bit of a comeback as well. They had a Christmas movie out at the end of last year, obviously for Christmas, which we found was quite funny because some of it is set in Amsterdam, and we know Amsterdam a little bit now, and it very evidently wasn't in Amsterdam. And anybody that's British, when they say they're at King's Cross or St Pancras Station, it is so not King's Cross and St Pancras Station. So if you want a bit of a giggle and don't mind a really cheesy Christmas movie, give it a watch. Talking of music though, Lin-Manuel Miranda is also up there for Legend.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. We have another actor and voice actor, Alan Tudyk, which he's done quite a lot of lots of voice work. He's often an actor as well that will do those roles where they are motion captures and will be a robot or be, you know, a creature of some description. So you may not actually see him facially, but he's done the performance capture and the voice work and that type of thing. And then lastly, we have somebody called Bob Iger.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him, so we'll move on quickly, shall we, from that? Yeah. Mr. Iger's getting one.
And it's kind of interesting to know when you're thinking about former CEOs that he stands along the side of Don Tatum, Card Walker and Frank Wells as former CEOs who got this accolade. The only difference is with Frank Wells, he was honoured posthumously.
Obviously. Yeah.
Then there's a list of 4 that were CEOs but have never been made a legend. So there's Michael Eisner.
Which is surprising, actually, yeah.
There's Ron Miller. Very short reign. Then Bob Chapek.
Another short span, yeah.
Yeah. And then Roy O. Disney, the co-founder of the company.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's not been awarded. And also, with no disrespect to Mr. Iger, this feels like a very quick honouring. Normally, these honorees tend to happen either towards the end of a career or when they've stepped, particularly like Imagineers, etc. Sometimes it happens when they've stepped away from the company or they're honouring something that was done years and years before. So, interesting choice.
With Card Walker, it was 10 years after he stepped down as CEO. With Don Tatum, it was, oh my gosh, over almost 20 years.
Wow.
So now with the exclusion list of those 4, 3 of them were possibly shown the door rather than retiring on their own terms, which could be a factor.
Maybe. Yeah.
And there has been a lot of speculation and rumour that Michael Eisner was offered the award but possibly declined it or has himself distanced from the company. So that could be the rationale behind that. I just don't know, because obviously I've never met Michael Eisner and I've not been able to answer his question.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because obviously he kind of was responsible for the renaissance of the Disney company, but obviously there's a very famous book called Disney Wars, which covers that period as well, which, yeah, it may be a little bit tumultuous as well towards the end of his reign. So I'm sure there's very good reasons.
Well, today is Easter Sunday as we are recording. So if you are visiting the Walt Disney World Resort, there's all sorts of things you could be doing and enjoying. Have you ever been able to be in the parks over Easter, Jane?
I was there last year.
Oh, so you know some of the lovely things that you can see and enjoy.
Yeah, a few bits and pieces. I must admit, I didn't really go looking for anything because Easter's not something that I kind of particularly celebrate. So I
Mhm.
was aware of a few things, but didn't necessarily go looking for things. And things like meeting the Easter Bunny and everything, I'm not a meet and greet person, so that didn't really cross my radar, to be fair.
Yeah, it always coincides with the Flower and Garden Festival, so you can do the extravaganza scavenger hunt, which is fairly popular. And of course, the parks are looking particularly resplendent with regards to Epcot.
Mm.
There's an Easter parade, which is kind of cute over in the Magic Kingdom. And in some of the resorts, you will find Easter egg displays. And I believe it was last Easter I was there, and there was a beautiful display of Easter eggs at Pop Century. So
Oh, okay.
that's something to go and look out for. And in years gone past, there's been the Easter sort of cottage at the Grand Floridian where you could go and buy your Easter essentials. Obviously, with the refurbishment work, this hasn't happened. And I do gather instead of the Easter eggs all being displayed in the actual lobby, they are now scattered around the Grand Floridian
Yes.
Resort.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a shame because the little Easter cottage and selling little bits was kind of a nice touch, but obviously space is a bit different now, so probably why.
Yeah. I've also been in the parks in Disneyland over Easter, and again, they tend to get out some of those really rare characters that you can meet. And I was incredibly fortunate one year to meet Roger Rabbit because they
Oh,
brought out the rabbits. And
nice.
this makes an incredible little segue to the feature that we are going to put together and share with you this week.
Oh, okay.
15 Disney rabbits you should know about.
Well, you just mentioned one,
Yeah.
Roger. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got one on your list. And Roger Rabbit from the 1988 classic film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was basically framed for a murder he did not commit.
Commit. Yeah.
Come on, Jane. What other rabbits do you know?
Oh, crap. Well, the only one that's coming to mind is Rabbit in Pooh Bear.
Rabbit from the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Well, I might have got Roger Rabbit had you not mentioned it because he's got rabbit in his name. It might have sprung to me.
Well, think
Um,
really recent film that you nagged me to watch and has just been released recently.
Zootopia. Judy Hopps.
Absolutely. The Determined Bunny from Bunny Burrow.
Yeah.
And I've just recently watched Zootropolis 2 and I really enjoyed it. It was a good film.
Yeah, good little jaunt, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Okay, so Judy Hopps, Rabbit from Pooh Bear, and Roger Rabbit.
Okay, so I've
That's
put
three.
the rabbits into categories. I've got iconic, and you've got two of the three of the iconic leading rabbits.
Oh,
Then
okay.
I've got classic supporting rabbits, and I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that category. And then I've got a section of rabbits that need an honourable mention from their appearance in short films or so there's a
Afterthoughts.
fair few to go because I said this 15, Jane,
You
and I
did.
think everybody who's listening right now is saying, Jane, you have to think to the most obvious rabbit, the rabbit that started it all.
Oh, Oswald, of course, yeah.
Of course. Debuting in 1927, created by Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks, Disney's first breakout star. before the creation of Mickey Mouse. And of course, we've just got him back in the theme parks, and you can even go and meet him in DCA.
Yeah, of course. I think I might
So,
have thought of
okay,
another one. I think I've thought of another one. Thumper.
1942, Bambi, absolutely. And quick question, Jayne.
Oh, God. I didn't know there was going to be questions as well, Michelle.
Of course, what's his famous saying? And I think this is such a saying that I want it on a T-shirt.
I have no idea.
Basically,
you'll tell me and I'll go, oh yeah, of course it is.
yeah, he was famous for thumping his left foot and saying, if you can't say something nice, which I think some people should remember very well in this day and age.
Quite, yeah.
Okay, so we've got Thumper. Okay, think about the classics.
Oh, crikey bee. I'm trying to think of all the films that were animal based and different. I'm just going to put, I'm struggling now, Michelle. Give me a clue.
1951, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, White Rabbit, yeah. Duh.
And this film is a twofer.
Well, you can't count in the March Hare, no?
Absolutely.
That's not a rabbit, it's a hare.
Yeah, but it's coming into bunnies, and let's not split hairs over whether it's a hare or a rabbit.
Oh, look, we've got into dad joke territory now.
Hey, the T-shirt says it.
Okay, right.
Okay, so you've got Thumper, White Rabbit, March Hare, and Rabbit from The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. There's 3 other rabbits that featured in the 1973 film Robin Hood, and this is a family of young rabbits who idolise Robin Hood.
You know what? I was sat here genuinely, and I can say this and it sounds like I'm not. I was genuinely thinking, I'd got Robin Hood and Maid Marian in my head, and I was kind of, when you're grasping for something, you think, and I'm thinking, am I thinking of rabbits? I was only thinking of one, to be fair, but I'm thinking, am I getting it confused with another rabbit? Because the style of animation in like Robin Hood very similar to some of the styles and the character development in the likes of Winnie the Pooh, and I'm starting to like have like a furrow in my brow. Sorry, thinking of all these rabbits, and they're all kind of getting a bit confused.
Oh, well, you've got the trio: Skippy, Sis, and Tagalong.
I would not have been able to name them. I will own up to that bit.
And so I know which is which. Skippy was the one who received the bow and arrow for his birthday. Oh. And having not seen Disney's Robin Hood for several years, I think it may need a Easter Sunday watch.
I was just about to say, I can't tell you the last time I watched it. And as I live near Nottingham, and as I have friends who are actually the official Robin Hood and Marian of Sherwood Forest, I should perhaps maybe watch this film. I have a group of our Star Wars family also are the Sherwood Foresters, and they put on like medieval-esque displays centering around the stories of Robin Hood. And my friend Rob is Robin Hood, and he's a Cockney, which is very weird. And my friend Katie is Maid Marian, and they are a couple in real life as well.
Aww. Okay, so I have got 5 bunnies that you have not mentioned, and there's 2 that you should know, and the other 3 are a little bit you possibly will have never heard of.
Oh, right, okay. You're going to give me a clue to the 2 that I should know then?
Well, there's one who we absolutely love and we are not afraid of, thank you to the wonderful Jim Carcass's books, who's afraid of Song of the South.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'd be able to name the character.
No way?
No, I don't.
Brer Rabbit.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
1946. The trickster hero of the film. And he tricked Brer Rabbit to throwing himself into the briar patch.
I've obviously obliterated it from my mind for some reason.
Just like Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Brer Rabbit. The next character, technically, is not a Disney creation, but it was a Disney distribution of a Muppet film. So it was created by Jim Henson, Famous Bunny.
You have Rabbit. It's called Rabbit, isn't he? And
Nope.
oh, I thought the Muppet Rabbit was called Rabbit. Why do I think that? I don't know then.
Bean Bunny.
Oh, Bean Bunny. Yeah, why do I think he was Rabbit? Oh, Jane's brain's old.
Well, let's take you to Toy Story 4 then.
You can if you like, love. Is there a bunny in... Oh.
Yes, there is Bunny. And he
Is
was
there?
paired with Ducky.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
He was the plush carnival prize,
Oh, of
voiced
course
by
he
Jordan
was.
Peele.
Yeah. Again, it's a while since I've seen that. I ought to rewatch all Toy Stories as we've got 5 coming out pretty soon.
Don't watch 4 again. It's a bit like the 4th film in the Indiana Jones segment. Nobody admits to watching the Crystal Skull. We just hid it under the carpet.
Yeah. And if it stays there, we forget about it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have got a couple you've not got, so I'm going to put you out of your misery.
Thank you.
And then I will see if you can get the bonus one, which technically isn't a rabbit. Max Hare from Tortoise and the Hare, a 1935 silly symphony short where Max is the cocky, speedy racer who loses due to his own overconfidence.
Yeah, would not have got that one.
The next one, I've never seen this Pixar Disney short, so I don't know. It's Presto from 2008, and it's the hungry, clever rabbit who refuses to perform until he gets his carrot.
Oh, no. Again, maybe a vague memory of seeing that at some point, but
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't have.
Well, the character is called Alec Azam, and I must admit, instead of carrot, insert carrot cake, and I'm all with him completely.
I might have remembered then, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it on our bit of a 15 of the Disney rabbits you should know. However, can you guess what character has rabbit in their name but is not a rabbit?
No, I can't.
Everybody's screaming at you now, Jayne, and saying, Jayne, Michelle's already talked about this classic film starring Bob Hoskins.
Roger Rabbit. Jessica
Yeah,
Rabbit.
but she's not a rabbit.
She's not a rabbit, no.
She is a human toon, not a rabbit. As she famously says, she was just drawn that way.
Way, exactly. Can I ask a question?
Oh, gosh, go on then.
As you've been asking me questions.
This is where I will have no idea at all. Go on.
Well, you're an aficionado of Duffy.
Okay.
Does Duffy have a rabbit friend?
Yes.
Are we not counting Duffy's rabbit friend in the list? Or was that...
Very good question about that, because I am an absolute fan of this particular rabbit, because our lovely friends Kat from Diz Down Under has brought me back the plush of Stella Lou.
Stella Lou, thank you.
Whilst Stella Lou appears in parades and appears quite heavily on the Disney Adventure, and in particular Tokyo and Hong Kong, she's not in a Disney film.
No.
So I didn't include Stella Lou to the list, but that is a very good point. Do you know what performing art Stella Lou likes to do?
I do not, Michelle.
Ballet.
Yes, because nothing says ballet like a rabbit.
Yeah, well, she debuted in Tokyo Disney Sea in 2017 as an aspiring Broadway dancer, and she wears a tutu and ballet shoes, and she is representing the characteristics of determination and dreaming for your reaching your full potential.
Oh,
Isn't that lovely?
yeah, I'm just quite happy that I remembered about her.
Do you know all of the Disney and Friends gang?
Duffy.
Yeah.
Shelley May.
Yeah.
And no.
Gelatoni, Cookie Ann, Olu Mel, and then, oh gosh, there's that bird, isn't there? I always forget the name of the bird, and then there's the fox as well. There's just so many of them now. They keep on bringing them into the theme parks in the Far East. Oh gosh, Lena Bell. That's the last one.
Yeah, I think Joe Tony I've heard of, but yeah, I would struggle.
But it just goes to show that we need to go to Tokyo.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it needs to
It
happen.
needs to happen, definitely.
We really hope you have enjoyed this week's podcast. Find out more about what we're up to at Diz Dream Girls over there on Instagram. You can email us comments and questions, info@disneydreamgirls.com. If you want the show early or if you want the extended shows, exclusive shows, it's patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls, where you can help keep the show up and running. If you haven't as yet left us a review on your listening platform, or if you want to update it, we will be incredibly grateful, and we'll take this in lieu of an Easter egg gift to either Jayne or myself. But until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's bye from me.